Hello! Welcome to Falling Acorn Staples. This is my first video, and in my first video, I would like to show you all how I became so successful and got 9,532 coins and up to level 139. So, like I said before, I would like to teach you my method. And there are many other methods out there, but I feel like this is the one that would get you way closer to getting to this level. But first I have to put on my tack, because apparently I took all of that off. Okay, I won't do that. Alright, so right now I'm at Larry's. Look at this beautiful place. So I open it up and I click buy, and it's going to show all of these things. Now you want to click on the rope, because what you're going to need most in this game is lassos. Lots and lots and lots and lots of lassos. It will tell you how much you can afford, and if you can afford a lot, like I can afford up to 100. If you bought 100 rope, meaning that you would get 100 lassos, you would have to catch 100 horses before you could get more lassos. So that's why, when you can afford a lot, you should always try and get half of what you can afford. That way, you have more money left over, and you don't have so many lassos you don't know what to do with them. So I'm gonna buy 50. Actually, let's go with half of 50, because I don't want to have to catch 50 horses, because that's still a lot. So I'm going to get 25. Anyway, let's see. So once you have your rope, you can't just make lassos out of thin air from rope. So what you want to do is get your wooden harvester right here. You spawn with it, so you don't have to buy it. You could definitely buy a better harvester, because this one's only wooden, but you spawn with a harvester. So before you could do anything else, you have to mine resources. For each rope you have to have one wood in order to create a lasso. So if I had one rope, I would have to mine this tree. You just click on the tree, and I would get one log. So that way, when I press on making a wooden lasso, it says that I need one log and one rope. And I have that. So, done. First, let me show you how to even get to here. So, what you want to do is go into your inventory, or you can press tab on PC, which I am right now. And this little button over here says craft. So, go over here, and it should look like this. And what you're going to do is press on lassos and press on wooden. Now you see all of these other ones: stone, tin, copper, bronze, iron, silver, clear quartz, gold. I don't like to craft lassos out of anything other than wood, because I don't like the thought of spending resources on something that I don't need to spend resources on. Like, wood is easy to gather, but clear quartz, I only have like 5 clear quartz, and I'm not going to waste my clear quartz on something that's going to disappear, you know? Because all you're doing is just spending resources on something you don't need to spend resources on because you're lazy. Because when you get a higher tier lasso, all it does is just widen the range and let you click less times in order to catch the horse. And I feel like that's just being lazy. Because if you're spending more valuable resources on something you don't need to spend resources on, just because it requires a little bit less effort, it's just not something you need to spend resources on. So that's why I always get the wooden lasso, because it may be like really cheap and not work very well, but at least it works and it doesn't spend a lot of resources. So I have, I'm done with that part. So I have 55 rope because I forgot that I had other rope and I didn't need to buy any. So I'm going to use 25 of that. It's 25. You're going to see that the logs also went up 25 because I need one log for each rope that I want to put into this wooden lasso. So if I'm going to make 25 wooden lassos, I need to have 25 pieces of wood and rope. So I'm going to craft this. It goes into my inventory right here. You see that my XP went up. So we're going to talk about that in another video, probably, and maybe this one. I don't know. I improvise. I'm not having a script right now. So, yeah. Anyways. So once you have your lassos, you can go out and find some horses. Now, this is going to be in another video, but I'm also going to talk about the best islands to find different things. Like I said, the best islands to find different things is probably going to be another video title, okay? But the island that I like to use to... spoiler alert. Anyways, the island I like to use to capture horses is Royal Island, because it has a lot of Andalusians, which are valuable horses, and it also has other valuable horses. Like, I got Raven, my Arabian hare, at Royal Island. I caught him myself. It's just like a great place to find more valuable horses that you can sell for more money. But if you're just starting out, you're watching this video, you're probably just starting out and wondering, like, what the heck is this Royal Island thing? You unlock it when you get to a higher level. So if you're a complete beginner, like, you will not be able to go to Royal Island. You just unlock different islands the more levels you have. So, like, I think I unlocked it when I got to level 100. So obviously I don't hold you to those standards. Like, you're obviously going to be able to just go to Royal Island and get all those Andalusians and Thoroughbreds and Arabians. But, I'm just saying that it's the best place to get horses if you can go there. Anyways, I'm going to show you the easy way and the hard way to catch a horse. Okay, so the easy way is just go up to it, press shift to walk faster. If you're on PC, I don't know how to do it on mobile because I am terrible at any game on Roblox on mobile. I don't know how you people do it. So, sorry that I offended all of the mobile people, but I just do it on PC. So, anyways, this is the easy way to do it. Hold shift to run or walk faster, and you just have to. So when this black circle turns white, it means your horse is in range. And when you click just anywhere, you throw your lasso at the horse and you capture it. Every time you capture a horse, it needs one lasso. So if it says 23 on the horse, but then you're confused because once you capture it, it only takes away one lasso. This is because it takes 23 times to throw the lasso on the horse, but it only takes away one lasso. Like, if the horse is more rare, it's going to fight back more. It makes you click more times in order to capture it, but it only takes away one lasso. That's what many people are confused by. Another thing that people are confused by is when somebody is trying to capture a horse and they try to capture it too. That's not going to happen because the game creator was nice enough to create a system where if somebody lassos a horse, nobody else can lasso it until either the horse is captured or the person just walks away. If the person walks away far enough, then you can lasso it. It's a fun little system that prevents people from stealing horses. I remember one time I was trying to capture this like really rare blue roe percheron, and somebody was like running toward it at the same time as me, but I lassoed it first, and they literally took their horse and just did this in my face. It was so funny. I was just like, Anyways, that was the easy way to capture a horse. Yeah, so I'm going to show you the hard way to do it, and I see a horse right here because I have like eagle eyes in the game. So I'm just going to clip my lasso, and what I'm going to do is stay on my horse and one at full tilt, and then when it goes in the right circle, then I capture it, and then I go to canter when I'm turning, but then I walk faster when I'm chasing after it. So you can see over here the speed that I'm going at, and you can see the rhythm that I'm doing it in. So when I'm running after it and lassoing it, I'm going into gallop. When I'm turning my horse around, I slow it down so I can have a smaller turn. Because if you're galloping like this, you're going to make a wider turn. But when you're cantering, make a smaller turn. So when you're turning, it's always good to canter when you're turning, but then gallop again when you're chasing after it. It's very hard to explain, but it's pretty easy. There was an easy way and hard way to catch a horse. And once you capture all of the horses that you can capture, so if you have 50 lassos, it's easier to capture 50 horses. And when you're done lassoing, you sell all of the horses that you caught. So I, right now, caught 2. That's not going to earn me a lot of money, but I'm just going to put this as an example. So the evolution critical. So I click the ones that I want to sell, and I press done. And it tells me how much he's going to give to me for my horses. You always want to accept this, because any money, no matter how much it is still good. And you don't want to keep horses that you don't want just because they're not worth a lot of money. So you always want to say, sounds good. And you get this little money. And you want to buy or sell anything else. When you're farther enough into the game, what I like to do is I like to sell the horses that I catch, and then with the money I have, I breed but hold on. Okay, what was I talking about? Oh, that's right. So, sorry for the interruption. Oh, look, she's back. Uh, alright. Bye. Okay. So, as I was saying, when you sell your horses, if you get up there enough, you could take the money that you got when you sold the horses and you could use it to breed the horses that you have. I always do that, but I always breed the horses that I have with the money that I got from selling the horses I caught. But if you're not there yet, I highly recommend using the money that you got from selling the horses to get more lassos to get better horses. And remember, catching horses gives you a lot of XP. So once you get to a high enough level, you'll unlock another island to go to that island to get island unique horses or just better horses. And that would get you more money and more XP, and eventually you'll unlock all of the islands and you'll have enough money to breed the horses after you sell the horses you caught. Now, unfortunately, I have not unlocked all of the islands yet, but I actually am also breeding them after I sell the horses, just because I have enough money to do it. Because right now I have 8,000 because I just finished catching 32 horses. Keep in mind, all of the horses that I caught were on Royal Island, so I sold all of them for 5,000. It was crazy. Anyways, sorry for screaming. Anyways, so I think that's about it. That's my method. So, so I like organizing my inventory. So, you can trade, unless you didn't already know that, you can trade horses with other people's horses and get better horses that way without having to catch them. That's how I got... Dang it. We're back at my island. Anyways, so that's how I got one of my horses named Hazel. A big Percheron with brown splotches of black hair and very pretty horse. I traded for Hazel. Anyways, you can trade horses, but when they're locked, you can't trade them or sell them. So Raven here has a lock right there, and this is because that way I don't trade him, because Raven is my best horse, and I don't want to trade Raven because he is my best horse, and you don't want to trade your best horse because it's your best horse. So any horse that you want to keep, you put the lock on it so you remember that you don't want to trade or sell that horse. The way I do it is I name and lock the horses I want to keep. I name but don't lock the horses I want to trade. That way I can trade them easily without having to unlock them, but I still know that I want to trade them. And the horses that I want to sell, I just leave unnamed. So if I catch an Appaloosa horse, I don't name it Fluffy McFluffykins, okay? I keep its name Appaloosa horse. That way I know that I want to sell it. But if I want to trade it, I name it, but I don't lock it. That way I can tell the difference between a horse I want to trade and a horse I want to sell, but I also don't have to unlock it every time I want to trade. That's just how I organize things. Any other thing, I definitely don't organize, but with my horses, I definitely need to organize. Oh my god. No. Well, I'm going to go. So anyways, I don't know what I was trying to say. Oh yes. I was teaching you about organizing. So yes, I organize like this. I lock and name the ones I want to keep. I name but don't lock the ones I want to trade. And I just leave alone the ones I want to sell. That's how I organize things. So the most important thing you need to know when you're trying to breed is multiple important things. But so before you even start breeding, make sure that you have 25 bond with all of the horses that you want to breed. So with Raven, since he's my best horse, 265 bond. Bird Marshmallow, 26. I just cussed, so I don't have any bond. But I should probably make bond with Jessica. Autumn, 32. Cookie Dough, 25. Spot, 77 because sorry Spot, used to be my best horse. So that's why you have 77. Raven's my best horse. He has taken the show. So Milk, 26. Happy, 30. Hershey's, 26. All of the horses that have a lock of them is more than 25. That way, all of the horses that I want to breed, I don't have to spend more time trying to get their bond up when I could just get all of their bond up at the same time, so that later I pick out this horse for breeding, but then I'm like, oh, it doesn't have enough bond, so I can't breed it. Then I have to take extra time out of my playing time to try and get the bond up so that I can breed it. But if you just bond with all of the horses ahead of time, then you won't have to take time out of your playing time later to make a bond with that specific horse, and you could just make a bond with all of them ahead of time. So a good way that you can earn a bond with your horse is by either going on RP Island and just completing all of the races until your horse gets tired, and then you have to brush them or pick their hooves or give them water or whatever else there is. But the way I like to do it is I like to complete quests. That way I earn resources, I get quest points, and I earn a bond with my horse all at the same time. See, it says a horse needs attention. Whatever you do, if you're just running, maybe if you're completing a race, if you're jumping, if you are just walking around town, your horse is going to have needs. And some of them are more needy than others, especially foals. But whatever you do, your horse's needs get bigger, and you'll have to complete those needs at some point. So I like to earn bond by completing quests, so that way I get resources, XP, quest points, and earn a bond with my horse all at the same time. So I talked to Toby over here, and apparently I haven't completed a quest, so never mind. But if you are able to get a quest from Toby when he's not mad at you, you can get a quest, and while you're completing that quest, your horse should probably have needs, because horses are needy, and then you earn a bond with your horse. Every single time it has a need, you can earn a bond with your horse. Every single time. And it gets you at least 5 bonds. Bond XP, or whatever. Excuse me. Or whatever. That's one way on how to get a bond with your horse. Another way is just to get some apples or hay. Just feed them until you get enough bond. But you only get 1 bond every time you feed them. So if you wanted 25, you would have to have 25 pieces of hay or apples. And I don't want to waste hay or apples like that. So that's why I complete quests. That way I get resources, XP, and quest points, and earn a bond with my horse all at the same time, instead of having to waste 25 pieces of hay or apples in order to get a bond with this horse, instead of just killing 3 birds with 1 stone. So anyways, like I said before, one way to bond with your horse is just to complete races or run around in RP Island. But frankly, I think that's just a waste of potential resources and XP and quest points. Because you're not completing anything that gets you anything. You're just wasting time trying to get horse bond when you could get horse bond and a bunch of other things doing quests like this. And don't worry, there's quest people at every island. Even on Royal Island, and Desert Island. I feel bad for the person who has to be on Desert Island. Anyways, I think that's about it that I have to... Oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? Does my horse have gills? What the heck is happening? Doing the moonwalk. There we go. Alright, so I think that's about all I have to say. I apologize for my very squeaky chair and my computer that's running so much that it wants to kill itself because it's running with this. Yeah, and my keyboard is very loud and my mouse clicks are also annoying. But that is how a PC gaming setup works. So thank you for watching this video, even though you probably didn't because I'm annoying. But anyways, thank you for watching if you did watch, and I hope that I get to have another video that is not a screw up. So bye!